Walter Hurley gave us a statement after yesterday's events. He wrote, "As we reflect on the horrific acts of violence and the senseless loss of lives occurring yesterday, we search for answers to the question why. While we may never know or comprehend the impetus for such violence, it is a sad reminder that we must be tireless in our efforts to establish a peaceful and safe community and to put an end to such disregard for human life." A representative of the diocese will be joining us up next. And as we go to break, here's another look at Annabawind Park in downtown Grand Rapids, where a candlelight vigil is starting right now. We will go back there live to speak to a mother helping friends of the children involved in this tragedy. That's still ahead.
Save big money during the Menard Day sale. Create a distinctive walkway or patio with Holland pavers in 7 colors for 29 cents each. Complete your look with Crestone 2 retaining wall blocks in 7 colors for 89 cents each. Add beauty and security to your yard with pre-assembled fence panels. This 4x8-foot treated space picket fence panel is $17.98. This 4x8-foot space cedar French Gothic panel is $19.98.
Save big money at Menards.
A DUI means more than just a ticket. It means losing your license on the first offense. It means time in jail. It means you could lose your job. It means you'll be out more than $6,000. With an enforcement crackdown out on the streets, you can't take that chance. Because a DUI will follow you for a very long time.
It's boho chic at Lee & Birch. Trendy styles, great brands, and unique finds. They have everything from cool and casual to that perfect dress, whatever your style. Plus, Lee & Birch gives you a personal shopping experience unlike any store around. Too busy to shop? Your favorite looks at your fingertips at leeandbirch.com. Unique, trendy, boho chic. It's Lee & Birch, the official clothing sponsor for the Face of 4.
It's park party time. Your summer fun is here and it starts at Park Parties. Everyone's invited, everything is free. That means free food, free activities, awesome prizes, and so much more. Plus, this year, every Park Party will have something special you won't want to miss. Park Party fun from Wood TV8 and WOTV4.
Third, I want to thank our citizens for their solid, active involvement with tips, with support and encouragement and appropriate response to our police department when they were advised or instructed. Citizens of Grand Rapids, you performed well.
Welcome back to our special report, Shooting Rampage, Standing Strong. You just heard from Mayor George Hartwell. The Creston Neighborhood Association released a statement as well and is planning a community coming together for next week. It said, "Our hearts are hurting, but it is better to hurt together than alone." They ask you to join together next Wednesday at 7 p.m. at Second Congregational Church on Cheshire.
And as we've told you, a lot of Grand Rapids residents feel compelled to help in this time of tragedy.
Let's go back live now to Annabawind Park, where a candlelight vigil is now underway, and Emily Linnert is there live tonight. Emily?
When you talk about hearts coming together to heal, I think one of the hardest parts for parents to hear about this whole ordeal are the children involved. And I'm joined this evening by Stephanie Chisholm, and she's a mother of a 7th grader who is good friends with Camry. And you have some information about a healing event coming up for the kids, the friends of Camry. Tell us about it.
Basically, it's going to be on Monday from 10 to 2 at Highlands Middle School, which is in Northview. It's off of 5 Mile. It's just going to be a situation where the children can come and there'll be teachers. And from what I understand from talking to the principal this morning, the principal will be there as well as school psychiatrist, Mr. Van, people that the kids are all familiar with. And because Camry definitely had a lot of friends. I mean, and like I said, they're all here in support, and this is a way that parents can know that they can go somewhere and have somewhere to chat, and we just wanted to get it out there that if they need someone to listen to, they're going to be there.
So Monday from 10 until 2 at Camry School, Northview Highland Middle School, there's going to be counselors available for the kids. So this is a safe place for parents to take their kids and for the parents to gather to get some healing started.
Correct, yeah, and it's open from what I understand to the students that went to school with Camry, so which they would all be going into like 7th grade now, which is Crossroads. So they just had their graduation, but it's a bittersweet, but it's a nice situation where the kids can get together, share memories like they've been doing, and it's gone from tears to laughing. I mean, they need that. Children need that right now.
You mentioned there was a Facebook page with this information?
We are in the process. We're going to be working on it tonight in regards to some, but I know that a lot of the students know and family that Daniel Duba is his name. He is the principal of the school, and I'm sure he'll have something on there as well. But yeah, we're trying to make it known to all the Northview families any way possible that it'll be available.
Stephanie, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Okay, back to you, Sue and Brian in studio.
All right, thank you, Emily. This whole episode, it's a story that's absolutely touched so many people, and we expect many of you will be heading to a house of worship this weekend to pray about what happened. Joining us now in studio is Father John Gainey, rector at the Cathedral of St. Andrew. Father, thank you so much for your time tonight, and thank you for coming in.
Happy to be here, Brian.
In times of great tragedy like this, we often turn to our faith as something that we can rely on, something that we can help cope with. What do you tell your parishioners? What do you tell those that are hurting right now? And how can they come to grips with what's happened?
Well, I think one of the things we have to recognize is that our God is a loving God, and that even in the midst of tragedy like this, we can rely on that. God is there, God is love, and He's always present to us. And I think that helps people to recognize the importance of God and the sense of having a relationship with Him and how important that is, particularly at times like this.
Everyone, as the bishop stated in his statement, they want to know why. It's such a tough question to answer as a man of faith.
But it isn't so hard to answer if you look at all of the things that take place in God's own time. There's that wonderful Old Testament scripture that the Byrds turned into a great song called Turn, Turn, Turn. There's a time for everything in life. A time to be born, a time to die. Now, what that basically says is some things in life are inevitable, and we learn to live in the mystery of that inevitability. Mystery is not something, when you're dealing with God anyway, that you solve. Mystery is something you live through and with, and you live it through and with it best when you have faith.
And this Sunday, as you head into church, is this something that you can build on, perhaps? Is this something that you use as a teaching moment?
Well, I think everything is. Everything that happens in life really is a teaching moment for all of us. But we'll take the gospel and we'll help people to understand how that gospel applies in their lives today. And part of their lives this week is the tragedy of such enormous consequence that we've had these couple of days in Grand Rapids.
Yes, it is. Father John Gainey, thank you so much for coming in tonight.
You're welcome.
And throughout this hour, we are taking time to remember the victims in this tragedy. Earlier, we told you about the 3 found dead on Plainfield Northeast. And now, 24-hour News 8's Leon Hendricks tells us about the 4 people killed on Brinell. He joins us now live. Leon?
Well, Sue, the thing that these 2 locations have in common, both of them involve the death of a child, and that's been one of the harder things to see as people came to this area to pay tribute to those lost. This is the house on Plainfield. You can still see a small crowd. There's been a steady flow of people coming here. They've been hugging and crying, and a great deal of those people have been children in tears, parents looking for a way to try to explain this to them and try to make sense of it all. Here on Plainfield, that is the first crime scene that investigators discovered. The second crime scene was a short distance away from here on Brinell Court.
On Brinell, it's even quieter than the normal quiet cul-de-sac. The mail lady skips the house on purpose, she says. Sometimes the letters make it harder. 4 people died here, one of them at the hand of her own father. Camry Dantzler was 12 years old, a student in the Northview Public Schools, long curly hair and a genuine smile.
They're an amazing family.
Some say she got that from her mom, who is also among those lost. Jennifer Heron is Dantzler's ex-girlfriend.
She was really nice, very friendly. We would converse a lot about health stuff and about her daughter. Her daughter was just stunning, had the most gorgeous hair I think I've ever seen, and you know, it was always really friendly when either of us would go in and out.
Jennifer's parents, the other two gone, Tom and Rebecca Heron. Tom, the co-owner of Heron Brothers, a successful produce company adored by his colleagues.
Tom was rough around the edges, but had the warmest heart of anyone he knew. We remember him as a man with the kindest hearts who would give his shirt off his back.
And always at his side, also killed in what can only be described as senseless and tragic, Tom's loving wife, Rebecca.
He jokingly referred to his wife, Rebecca, as the General. She was outspoken, funny, and kept her family going.
This house now permanently emptied of those who called it home, and nothing but pain for those who considered the people who lived here part of their home.
Tom was so hilarious. He was always sitting out here talking to everybody, and he was just an amazing guy.
It's going to be weird to come home and see the garage closed and no one there.
They will be missed.
And one of the remarkable things about covering the story in that neighborhood, anytime we mention Tom's name, even in the midst of this tragedy, people couldn't help but smile. Obviously, a very humorous man, one who also loved his career. Now for these families, it's moving on to planning memorial services. Many of us know what it's like to plan a funeral for one person, but now these two families are planning several funerals. Back to you.